Today we're talking about Venice, and we're going to give you tips on how to plan a trip to Venice. And this includes how to get from Marco Polo International Airport to the island, but also how to choose a hotel.
Venice is one of the most beautiful cities we've ever visited, and we've been there on several occasions. But it can also be one of the more frustrating places to visit. So a little bit of extra planning and extra information at hand can make for a much more enjoyable experience.
And if you can imagine, Venice is a bunch of islands, maybe 100 or so islands, all connected by small little bridges. And these bridges are step bridges, they're not ramp bridges. So you're going to have to cross 20 to 30 of these bridges.
And with your luggage in tow, it can be pretty tiring.
It can be a disaster. And the other thing to remember is that it's almost a maze.
A maze of alleyways, canals, and a lot of dead ends where you end up at a canal with no bridge and you've got to backtrack, hopefully finding the right alley that will get you to the bridge to cross over.
So here's what you need to do when you're planning your trip to Venice. Before you book your hotels, you should go to the Alloggi website.
Alilaguna is the company that operates the water bus system, and the water bus in Venice is called the Vaporetto.
And you should look at their routes. They have 3 routes. They have an orange route, a blue route, and a red route. And you should select a hotel that's very close to one of their Vaporetto docks. And what's important when you're choosing a hotel is also to book a hotel outside of the main tourist area. This is really important because, one, it can reduce the cost for your hotel.
But it also gives you a local feel for the community and a less touristy atmosphere.
And it also gives you access to things like grocery stores or fruit stands where you can actually buy something for your hotel room.
At lower prices.
At much lower prices. So what we did is we booked a hotel.
The hotel Alloggi Barbaria in the Castello neighborhood.
And we highly recommend staying at this hotel. It's a 2-star hotel.
It's pretty basic, pretty simple, but very comfortable.
It's clean, and it's very easy to get to from the Vaporetto dock. It was maybe a 2-minute walk, if that.
Really easy.
So that would be our recommendation on where to stay. And
it's only about 15-minute walk to the tourist area, so that wasn't all that bad either.
No, it was nice, and it was nice to get out of all of those people, especially those cruise ship people. So it was really nice to stay in that area. We really enjoyed it. So when you're booking your trip or thinking about getting from the island, there's 2 methods to get from Marco Polo International Airport to the island. One is by bus, and we don't recommend taking the bus. It is cheaper and it is a little bit quicker to get to the island, but you still have to negotiate getting from the train station, which is where the bus drops you off, to your hotel. And we definitely do not recommend staying near the train station. This is not a really nice area to be in. The other way to get from Marco Polo International Airport to the island is via Vaporetto, as we had mentioned. And it's real easy to get to the Vaporetto dock. The first thing what you want to do, you want to exit the baggage area, and you can purchase your tickets right outside of the baggage area. Now here's a tip: if the line is really long, skip that line and then take the 7-minute walk directly to the dock. And at that point you can purchase your ticket at a small kiosk at the dock. It's the same service, it's the same company.
Same price.
Same price. They just have a kiosk there to purchase your tickets there in case you forgot to purchase them at the airport. And once you purchase your tickets, you want to go over to the dock that is serviced by the Vaporetto you're taking. That would be either the orange, the red, or the blue lines. And as the Vaporetto approaches, you want to make sure that you allow the passengers that were on the Vaporetto to exit the Vaporetto, and then you would board the Vaporetto, handing the conductor your ticket for them to validate it.
Also let them know at that moment which Vaporetto stop you need to get out at, because they do not stop at all of them.
And they also arrange the luggage based on those stops. So board the Vaporetto, sit back, enjoy the ride. For us, it was about a 42-minute ride to get to our dock. And of course, as it's time to approach your stop, you're going to go ahead and walk towards the exit of Vaporetto. Collect your luggage. Yeah, be ready.
Be ready to exit, because it's sometimes a very quick changeover.
Exactly. And then obviously have your luggage in hand and then exit the Vaporetto and then walk directly to your hotel. So it can be a really fun trip, but it requires a little bit of planning. It's not an ordinary place to visit.
But it is so beautiful.
But anyway, that's it for this episode.
Thanks for joining us.
And remember, don't forget to subscribe and like us on YouTube.